Welcome to Comcast Local Edition. I'm Donna Richardson, and my guest this hour is David Humphreys with CHF International. David, thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure.
CHF has been around for many, many years, but please educate us on the things that you do for the world.
Yeah, CHF works in around just over 25 countries around the world. We mostly do economic development, health work, and emergency relief. In the case of Haiti, we've been undertaking a $100 million US government-funded program to do infrastructure works and also to do job creation. So we've been building major roads, bridges, schools across the whole of Haiti. And now we're in a position where we have 170 staff in the country and we're ready to respond and do work in the advent of the earthquake.
Now, you've been working in Haiti, though, for several years.
Yes.
And now that, unfortunately, the country's been devastated with the earthquake, what types of things have you been able to do?
Well, in the immediate aftermath, what we've been doing is we've been helping the other relief agencies. So getting people out of the rubble is the first stage. And we have lots of construction equipment, which we've donated. We've got drivers, so we've been bringing back hygiene and kitchen kits for people in the tent cities that are cropping up. And we've been helping with that kind of logistics, and we've been doing the basic assessments for the longer term focus of reconstruction, both temporary and long-term reconstruction.
Now, you also, within all that's been going on and the tragedies that have been taking place, you do have some positive things because of what you were doing for the past several years there.
Absolutely. First of all, our staff are all well and safe, which is fantastic news. Second of all, the buildings and bridges and roads that we've built, they have survived. For the most part, what we've come across so far is they've withstood the earthquake.
Right.
For example, a major road that we built going from the international harbour to the centre of the city that goes through Cité Soleil, which was called the most dangerous place on earth in 2004, that's still standing. And it was the people of Cité Soleil who worked with us to build that. And we have 5 schools we built in Petit Goave, a hard-hit area. They're working as shelters for homeless people. So the construction techniques we've used have been effective, and we're glad to be able to take forward those kind of construction techniques into the rebuilding.
And that's tremendous. Now, moving forward, how will CHF be involved?
Yeah. We're looking specifically at the next few weeks and the next few months. There's 2 main things that we'll be doing. One is temporary shelters, not just the tents that people are living in, but actually building little homes that meet international standards for a family to live in. They're hygienic, they're safe. And then the other aspect is employing Haitians in the cleanup of their area. So employing them to remove debris and rubble, make basic repairs on mostly safe structures, tear down unsafe ones.
Right.
That gives the Haitian people involved money, it gives them a job, it gives them input into their own development and the repair of the situation. So it's not just a bunch of people coming and doing it for them. They'll be involved from the key level at the community in repairing their own area. And
that's what's important and why the road was so successful, because you employed the actual residents and have them involved. Now, how can we as a community help support your efforts?
Yeah, I think there's 2 main things. One, donations are extremely helpful, and particularly in the short term and the long term. But the other thing is, when Haiti leaves the headlines, when it's not in the front pages anymore, there's still a huge situation to be dealt with. We're going to be there for years helping with the reconstruction, and we've been working with the private sector to get construction equipment, rubble crushers that allow us to recycle materials. Anyone in the private sector who has equipment that may be useful for construction, for the shelter, hygienic kits, hygiene equipment, these kind of things, we'd love to them to get in touch with us so we can, work with them to help the people of Haiti in the long term.
Excellent. Well, David, thank you so much for coming in and educating us on what's going on.
Thank you for having me.
My guest this hour has been David Humphrey with CHF International. And if you're interested in what Comcast is doing in your community, go to On Demand and click Get Local. For Comcast Local Edition, I'm Donna Richardson.